Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar and my trusty Semajector pen, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag AshAnswers.
So without further ado, let's get to the questions.
Question number 1. When will you unbox Mi 6? I'm waiting for many days.
So guys, I picked this question for a reason. Like ever since I did after the launch video about the Mi 6, I've been getting a ton of questions. Why is your Mi 6 unboxing late? When are you gonna unbox it? Why haven't you unboxed it? And it's not like I can produce it miraculously out of thin air, right? It just, every time they announce a product and then it goes on sale, and it just went on sale a couple of days back. And even if I were to get a unit right from the first batch, best case it gets shipped today, and customs in India, you know, it's gonna be at least a week to 10 days before you can see the Mi 6 on C4E Tech. I'm trying, but for those who ask me, what about somebody else who's done it? Most of any Mi 6 content that you see on YouTube, at least today, it is downloaded videos from Youku where someone in China has unboxed it and somebody's revoiced it over or just re-uploaded it. And if somebody else has managed to get their hands on a Mi 6, good for them. But this is my process. This is the only way I know how to source these phones. I have to wait for them to sell it and then have somebody buy it for me and then have them send it to me. And that takes a while. So I'm trying, and I'll try to get it to you as soon as possible.
And it's not new to us, right? That's what we've been doing.
But then weirdly for the Mi 6, I've been getting so many questions from people. I don't know if people think I have the phone and I just don't want to unbox it.
I'm planning to buy OnePlus 3T. Is it good to buy now, or shall I wait for the OnePlus 5? I don't like waiting. Your opinion?
So, you've answered your own question, buddy. So, you don't like waiting. And the OnePlus 3T is an awesome phone. You don't like waiting? It's an awesome phone. Then buy it. The OnePlus 5, I just did a video on it. Like, you know, my expectations. So, there's a card to that. I'm expecting it to be another good offering from OnePlus. But if you really can't wait, buy the 3T.
Yeah, if you really can't wait,
it's a killer phone.
Yeah, it's not a bad phone to buy right now.
It's a great phone to buy.
My point is, okay, we might not have an exact launch date, but it's definitely around the corner, right?
Yeah. There are some rumors that, you know, Kinley are sponsoring, so it's like, okay, let's show the logo.
Anyway, why didn't you fully review the Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime?
I didn't review the Galaxy J7 Prime.
Review it either. But yeah.
I didn't review the Galaxy J7 Prime because I don't know. I mean, should I be answering this question?
No.
Okay.
Why did you then?
Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies.
So yeah, I'm done with the review actually. It's right on the pen drive.
Okay.
On his PC.
So there are only a few B-rolls to be done with.
No.
So guys, here's the fun fact, right? If you think the VR video was delayed, okay, the J7 Prime, if you look at the review, it will go live on Monday or Tuesday. If you look at the review, you remember our old set? No, I'm gonna do spoilers right now. Okay. You remember our old set where we had this grey background with
since we did the unboxing during that time, I just wanted you to like remember all that from the past. So I brought those.
He didn't bring Jack. Alright, so the B-rolls are from back then. You know, Ash Answers has been shot in this set for what, 30-40 episodes now? So that's like 30-40 episodes? Seriously?
34, 35,
30 episodes?
30 to 40.
30 episodes, let's even say 30. So that's like 7 months. Okay, so this is before 7 months. That's when, but then was the J7 Prime even out? I don't know how.
See, because even while we were doing Ash Answers, I used phones, the K6 Note, Honor 6X.
So anyway, for some reason,
for some reason it delayed. Just we don't know how, and we don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's a software glitch, I guess. So anyway, the video will be live Monday, Tuesday. You know, let's say assume that 30,000 people watch this episode. So for the 2 of you who actually are interested in it, you can watch it on Monday or Tuesday.
Your frank thoughts about MicroMax.
Yeah.
Hashtag Sundar discriminates before you say I conveniently ignored it.
I'm not saying anything.
MicroMax to me.
I will never say, guys, beat it up. Okay, you know, let's get to this later. Why I'm never going to say he's ignoring stuff. Anyway,
Yeah, to me, it's a brand that never learns from its mistakes.
Yep. So by the way, this guy Prithviraj was actually here. He visited our office yesterday. So nice guy. Anyway, coming back to the and before the rumors start, you only pick questions of people who visited your office. Nothing like that. I just noticed it, by the way. As far as MicroMax goes, guys, I generally tell people judge phones by the phones themselves and not the brands, but MicroMax, even me personally, I find it hard to judge phones on their merit. The brand has just done so much
Dirty work.
Right from rumors. These are rumors. Again, okay, let's not even talk about the rumors, just what they've done. Consistently, they've been rebranding phones and selling them in India at huge markups. Till the Chinese players entered India, like your Oppos, your Xiaomis, your Huawei's, your OnePlus, till these people actually entered India, MicroMax was selling weirdly priced phones, right? Phones that were being sold, OEM phones in China for 12 grand, being sold for 20 grand and stuff like that. That's fine. You want to make a profit, that's fine. But I think TechPP did this article. I'm not really sure. I don't remember who it was, or maybe Phone Radar, a year back, on how about 14 phones that MicroMax launched the previous year, none of them had been updated. So that has been MicroMax's track record. They release something and forget about it. And that was really annoying, right? It's just because there was no competition. They were being the Airtel of smartphones. Okay, no competition, so let's rip the Indian consumers off. They're stupid, you'll advertise, we'll make them buy it. No, forget it, we got our money. And that attitude pisses me off. And the moment Xiaomi entered, the whole, okay, they're called me, let's call ourselves you. I mean, that's like, are we in second grade? I mean, seriously, even when I was in grade 5, that would have sounded weird. But that's the attitude they went with. And the entire reason the U brand existed was not really to sell phones, but rather to act as a roadblock for Xiaomi. I mean, at least that's how I see it. If you see different, let me know in the comments. I'd probably learn something new. But that resulted in, you look at it, none of those phones were well supported. And the Utopia was about okay. The Euphoria was again an okay-ish device. But then, that's it. It's all rebrands again. And now, 8 months of hard work and research to decide where to do this. And that's... So yeah, I could probably go on for another 20-25 minutes talking about why I have an intense dislike for MicroMax. I don't dislike MicroMax, I just dislike what they've done to the Indian consumers. And again, if you agree or disagree or you hate me for it, this is just factual. I know there's if 30,000 people are watching, there are 3 MicroMax fans out there who might be offended. But yeah, I'll risk it.
YouTube videos uploaded in 1080p 60 fps like ours have 720p 60 fps as the highest resolution. Is it a bug? 30 fps videos are working fine.
See, this is another question I picked because I've been receiving a lot of queries on this from people asking me, people are shooting 4K, why are you still shooting 720? Guys, every video we are shooting is being rendered in 1080. So we shoot it either in 1080 or 4K and then downscale for certain shots. The final render goes out at 1080. It's 1080 60. YouTube seems to have a glitch recently wherein some videos are being capped at 720. I don't know why. Hopefully it gets worked. It gets worked out soon. But for the time being, if you notice a video at 720, it's either processing or it's a glitch because all our videos are being shot and rendered at 1080 60.
Is it worth to upgrade from Galaxy S7 Edge to S8?
What do you think? Well,
no.
Yeah, I don't really think so. See, the S8, what does the S8 bring? Better specs underneath. Okay. What else?
Infinity display.
Infinity display. Yes. What else? A better looking phone overall. Fine. What else? A marginally improved camera. Agreed.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But when you look at it overall, better battery life, yes, that's also there. But Most of the improvements are marginal. The major improvement is that look, that amazing infinity display. Agreed, that's mind-blowing. It looks awesome. It makes the phone look much better. The S7 Edge was a cool looking phone, but now when you put them side by side, the S7 Edge looks like, okay, I don't deny that.
Previous generation.
Exactly, I don't deny that. But then, the S8, the infinity display, I feel it's a luxury. It's not like, it's not a must-have. It looks great. If you have the money, if you have the money to burn, then why not? Go ahead, upgrade. But if you're looking at it as, do I need it? Probably not, because the S7 Edge is still a killer phone. It's a phone that I could use personally as a daily driver and not feel like I'm not using the latest technology possible. Because as for pound, 8890, 8895, not really a lot different with usage. So that's that. If you're looking to choose between both, then maybe S8. If it might be priced higher, but if you're buying it today, buy the phone that supported the longest. That's different. But if you have a S7 Edge, I wouldn't recommend upgrading.
Why doesn't Samsung opt for stock Android, which can throw away most of its competition, combined with its beautiful hardware?
Yeah, so the reason why brands don't all go stock Android, I have a dedicated Ash Talks video on it. Yeah. Here's a card to it. Check it out.
Please tell me which laptop you're using in AshAnswers. This one's Mi Notebook Air 12.5.
Yeah. So the reason we use it is it doesn't have any fans.
Yeah, another reason is he doesn't let me use the 13.3 version.
Nobody's using the 13.3. It might get noisy somewhere if the fan gets activated. We don't want the mic to pick that. So that's the main reason we go 12.5. Yeah.
Your favorite UI. What do you think of MIUI 8 and upcoming MIUI 9? We get features of upper Android version and lower version 7 and 6.
Okay. What's your favorite UI?
Favorite UI, I mean, between MIUI 8 and 9. I mean, 9
no,
is
what's
not
your favorite
even
UI overall?
Favorite UI overall, I'd go with stock Android, maybe probably. Oxygen OS.
Okay.
Hydrogen OS.
Mine would be iOS. Okay, for me, it would be a toss-up. I would probably go TouchWiz. Not TouchWiz, what do you call it? Samsung Experience. It's pretty sweet. Bixby is meh, but overall, again, I didn't really like the implementation on the S8, but I love the quick launch shortcut for the camera. I really like that. And I don't know, I've just liked I like to swipe to call. Rather than tap to call. I like that one thing about Samsung.
There are a lot of features Samsung phones have. I mean, it's hard to move from a Samsung to another Android phone. It's almost, I mean, at least it's 80% as hard as moving from iOS to Android.
Probably.
Or vice versa. That's what Samsung has done with its software.
Yeah. So, that said, it wouldn't be a clear-cut winner, because there are some days where I go, I like Oxygen OS more. So it's not a clear-cut either or. I would probably go Oxygen OS or Samsung Experience. Most of the time, it alternates between
both. They have their pros and cons.
And by Oxygen OS, I mean Oxygen OS / stock Android, because Oxygen is so close to stock Android that I prefer Oxygen OS over stock Android, because Oxygen OS does give you some extra functionality that I really like. There's nothing that they throw in that I don't like. Probably Shelf is something I don't use, but who cares? It isn't really as annoying as Flipboard or Bixby right now, wherein there's a small delay, and most Samsung fans are going to say it's a feature, but then again, come on guys, Apple fans said holding the phone a certain way is a feature, and we laughed at them, and now I don't want Samsung fans to become the same. It's like, yes, there's an issue, let's admit to it, and get on with it. So it's going to be either Oxygen OS or Samsung Experience. And yeah, there's vehicles going outside. Can't do much about it.
And as far as MIUI is concerned, I think it's more, you should concentrate on what version of MIUI it is, rather than what version of Android it is.
That's fine, but see, MIUI in recent times is just getting a lot more convoluted, in my honest opinion. When MIUI 5 and 6 were around, TouchWiz wasn't doing well. And you know, it was still Cyanogen. Cyanogen was there. It was an option. I don't disagree. But then MIUI was quite good. But now they're just making it, I don't know, it's just getting a little stale and at the same time starting to feel a little bulky. Even and
it's always been bulky, right?
No, I mean, it was, see, initially when other user interfaces were also bulky, MIUI did not feel any different from other interfaces, because you know you couldn't say TouchWiz was lag free or some TouchWiz is a clean user interface. Nah, TouchWiz was bulky too. So now that everybody else has cut down, and Xiaomi is also trying to an extent, but it's just
not working out.
Yeah. Nothing against it. I could still live with a Xiaomi phone. I don't hate the UI.
Launcher.
No, I always use the stock launcher. See, whatever I use, I always use stock launcher. Unless it's Leica and they've taken off one of those buttons, one of those icons from your, what is that? Your dock. That's unacceptable for me. But barring that, I use the stock launcher.
S7 Edge at 32K from Kuwait without warranty versus 3T versus Pixel. Priorities are multimedia, battery, and camera.
So what would be your pick?
Multimedia S7 Edge.
Okay.
Or
battery
3T
S7
probably.
Edge. Multimedia is S7 Edge. What the hell? The curved display.
Yeah. Battery.
Camera S7 Edge.
Camera S7 Edge. Battery would be a S7 Edge and
toss-up.
Pixel.
I mean, the S7 Edge after Nougat is like not as good as it used to be, so it would be a toss-up.
Yeah, overall S7 Edge.
I'd take S7 Edge at 32K any day.
Even without warranty.
Even if you did like the Pixel a little bit more, it's still you're gonna spend more on it. Pixel, yeah, Pixel and the S7 Edge at the same price, it's worth thinking. But if the S7 Edge is cheaper, there's no two ways about it. Yeah. And even if you like a OnePlus 3T, you're still paying the same amount. Again, the same argument holds true.
With warranty, but the problem is with OnePlus phones or say Xiaomi, you gotta wait for around a month or two.
See, let's not get into the entire service issue. Yes, there are service issues.
See, the thing is, he has to choose between a phone with warranty and one without warranty. Okay. So I'm just talking about the con here. So yeah. So even if you get a OnePlus phone, you gotta wait for like a month or two to get your phone back from the service center, which is absolutely gonna drive you nuts. So if I have a OnePlus 3 or a 3T today, I'd probably go with a local service center and get it fixed by someone I know.
I wouldn't recommend that though.
I wouldn't recommend that. This is just personal preference.
I wouldn't do that. I would still go to the.
That's because he has a lot of phones in the office. Of course, I can get one borrowed. Borrow one from him, but still. Borrow one, except the iPhone 7 Plus.
So yeah, he wants the iPhone 7 Plus. Not an Apple fan, by the way.
If you don't have a spare phone, it's gonna be a problem for you. See, end of the day, guys, warranty, you've got issues with everything. I disagree with what he says. Okay, I've had issues with the Samsung service center. They've taken it for a couple of weeks. And I've heard stories of where people have gotten their OnePlus phones back fast. So it's all a lottery. It's more an Indian thing than a OnePlus thing. So I wouldn't blame OnePlus for it. So if you're willing to go no warranty, the S7 Edge at 32K makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so I would pick the S7 Edge over here. And think about it, even tomorrow, in a year from now, if you wanted to resell, you'd probably be able to get over 32K for at least 30K for the S7 Edge. Okay. Even in 6 months, a year, you'd get a much better resale value on the S7 Edge than either of the other phones, because anything else would still be out of warranty in a year. So warranty wouldn't come into play if you're selling it after a year. If OS was not a preference, then which phone will you choose? iPhone 6s Plus or the OnePlus 3T?
The biggest difference between both phones is the OS. So you can't really pick without the OS. Without the OS, if you're picking it's a dual core phone, it's a quad core phone, it doesn't work that way. So over here, the OS, if your question is if I'm not giving weightage to my OS preference and I'm just looking at both phones, then I would go with
the OnePlus 3T. It's talking about performance, camera, battery life.
Yeah, so battery life, camera, I'd give it to the 3T.
Battery life 6s Plus.
He's talking about the Plus.
Plus, yeah.
Okay. So battery life, I'd give it to the 6s Plus. Camera, I'd give it to the 3T.
Camera 3T, are you sure?
I'm not sure. I'm just saying stuff just because I'm bored. I'm just trying to, I mean, of course, you know, OnePlus has to pay me money. It's like, OnePlus guys, can you call OnePlus and ask them to send me money, please? I guess that's my colleague too. Dude, come on, OnePlus. See, OnePlus 3T it's one of the most underrated cameras. Again, I just mentioned it in my last video. Once again, you know, I'm not gonna waste a card for somebody else's video, so I'm not gonna put a card to MKBHD's video. I would if we end up not using all of 5 cards. If you don't see a card, just search for MKBHD's blind test and check it out. You'd see that the OnePlus 3T does hold its own with other flagships. So yeah, camera, I'm gonna go OnePlus 3T. Performance is something that I'd probably go with the 6S Plus. But overall,
like you said, it doesn't make sense if we are not considering the OS.
Yeah, if whatever Android has to offer over iOS doesn't really matter to you, then go with the 6S Plus. You'd be happy with it. But if the customization and whatever it is that Android offers, if that's important to you, go with the 3T.
Do you think Xiaomi should start open sales, stop these stupid flash sales? People due to this problem end up buying Vivo and Oppo.
Yeah, so, you know, it's very easy for people to say stupid flash sales. And here's my answer to that. So you hate it when they do flash sales. Okay, you hate Oppo and Vivo because they spend on marketing. So as a brand, they're not supposed to do flash sales. Of course, we all hate the invite system. So no invite system, no flash sales, and no marketing as well. So do you really think brands want to run a charity? And of course, there are people who are going to say, if the phone is good, it will automatically sell. It won't. Case in point, Lenovo P2. Okay, the P2 doesn't sell. The Moto M outsold the P2 like crazy. The P2 barely sold 300,000 units. Moto M shipped 10 million units. Brand value. So end of the day, they need to do something. Either get the hype via word of mouth advertising, via the flash sales and stuff, or get the hype by hammering you with ads. Something needs to be done. End of the day, it's a business. Everybody wants to turn a profit. I don't like it. You don't have to like it, but you need to understand it. It's very easy to just sit and say stupid flash sales. But it really isn't that stupid. I hate it. Yes, I'm with you. I hate flash sales. But I understand why they need to exist. It's just like I hate filing taxes. I really do. I hate paying taxes, but I do. I understand why taxes exist. I understand why they are important for the country to run. And I still pay them. But that doesn't mean I like it. So I understand that you don't like flash sales, but something's gotta give. They can't just not market anything at all. And this is something. No, and again, when you look at OnePlus, OnePlus stopped the invite system. Yes, they did. But now what are they doing? They're doing marketing. Yeah. They're spending more on marketing. So if you think that money is not gonna come out of anywhere, then my friend, you're mistaken. That we are gonna be paying that marketing money.
And if they start open sales, they're gonna price their phones a little bit higher, 10 to 20% higher, and again, you're gonna call them stupid.
Yeah, see, so for open sales, this is what it is, right? They need to have more inventory than what's being sold. Right now, what a brand like Xiaomi does is they come up with a certain number of units and then they sell it. But when they have more inventory, if one time they miss out, if they, mispredict stuff, then they end up with extra units, then that's a loss. I mean, see, again, I'm not supporting the brand. I'm just trying to make you guys see where it is, how it is from a brand's perspective. So yeah, you don't have to like it, but then again, it's not stupid.
If Mi 6 comes to India, will it beat the S8 in price to performance ratio? And when are you getting the Mi 6?
Answer the when am I getting part. See, any Xiaomi phone will beat any Samsung phone in price to performance. Okay, forget Xiaomi. Any brand that doesn't market extensively their products will beat a brand that markets extensively its product when it comes to price to performance ratio. Simple.
3GB GTX 1060 with SSD for my new PC or 6GB 1060 with no SSD?
SSDs are luxury. They aren't gonna, if gaming is what you're trying to do. For gaming, SSDs are a luxury. They don't really affect your performance as much as a graphic card would. So if gaming is priority, always spend the money on a GPU. But if you're not really looking to game, okay, you're just gonna be doing a lot more browsing and whatever and just for those rare instances where you want a game, you want to have a 1060 rig, then spend the money on the SSD, because just the launching of programs and everything is like a lot faster with the SSD. So what do you want? That's where the answer lies.
So I thought it's just personal preference, but yeah, even he feels the same. Gaming is all you're gonna do, then yeah, 1060 with 6 gigs of RAM, but it boots up crazy fast on SSD. Windows, and even your programs that you're gonna install on the SSD. So yeah, why not? Have you ever used a Lumia? Liked it, apart from lack of apps like performance, etc.?
I had a Lumia 920. I liked it a lot, and it aged extremely well as well. Even now, I've given it to my friend, and as of last year, it was running smoothly. And it's an old phone, 920.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's built like a tank. Okay, I really liked it, but the fact is, I can't really use a phone without Google apps. I need Gmail. As in, yeah, there are third-party apps, but I need Google
integration, yeah.
Yeah, Google sort functionality. All my contacts are with Google, and it's all linked. A lot of my life is linked with Google. So without first-party Google support, I couldn't use.
You can log in with your Gmail ID on third-party apps.
Yeah, that's what. So without
the overall Google integration is very important.
Yes. So without Google integration, I really can't use it myself.
How did you get in touch with GeekyRanjit? By mail or what?
So I met him. First we were just messaging. That was long ago. Once upon a time, people used this thing called messages on YouTube. So it's still present, but nobody actually uses it. But then we exchanged messages on YouTube. But we met in person. We became friends at the Note 4 launch event. That's when we met. Till then, I didn't really, I didn't dislike Ranjit or whatever, but I didn't like him. I didn't know who he was. It's just another YouTuber. I thought he'd be, this YouTuber. But then I meet him, and he's this cool, chilled out guy, and we've gotten along very well since then. So yeah, it was the Note 4 launch. Thank you, Samsung, for something.
Why Samsung did not go with fingerprint scanner on power button like Sony did with the XZ? What are your thoughts on that?
Guys, it's a very awkward placement. Believe me, I've used the Xperia. I've used Xperia phones with the fingerprint scanner to the sides. It's just a very awkward experience. Whether it's the side placement or the back, even the back placement is like you pick up, it's a little more natural. Not the Samsung placement, it is not. But then again, whether it's the side or the back, you still have to maneuver either way. So I dislike both evenly, as in Samsung's placement and the Sony placement. And yes, Sony fanboys are gonna come after me for this. Yeah, I'm paid, I'm biased, whatever you want to say. Of course, you cannot talk ill of the Sony overlords, but that's what it is. I love the PlayStation 4 Pro, guys. Sony fanboys, man. I'm shooting on a Sony camera, the FS7. I have a A6300, I swear by it. Sony is awesome. Can you not get out of my comment section? Stop bashing me. But yeah, the fingerprint placement is not great on either phone.
C9 Pro at 25K. Priorities, social networking and camera. Any other device? They should be non-Xiaomi, OnePlus, Moto, etc.
Yeah, so basically he wants a tier 1 brand phone of that
at
price.
25K, totally worth it.
Definitely, C9 Pro.
Yeah. Have you ever done a Triple H style entrance somewhere? Hope to see C40 Tech. Hope to see you doing that.
Have you done it?
Nah.
When I was a kid, I used to do it in the shower all the time. It's like, some water goes in my mouth, like Triple H style, and that's it. I haven't done it after that. It's really an entrance, just the spitting out water part.
I've done this Undertaker thing.
Okay. But the Triple H thing, it was only a long time, but it was very long ago, when I was young, a week back or something. Just saying.
Do you prefer on-screen navigation buttons or capacitive buttons? Capacitive.
Okay, my like and dislike varies. If I'm using a phone which has on-screen keys, if I've been using phones with on-screen keys, like a couple of phones I review continuously have on-screen keys. When I go to capacitive, I hate the fact that with Samsung, by capacitive we're talking Samsung mainly. I hate the fact that I have to press the home key physically. And it's really annoying for a couple of days. Then I get used to it. And if I'm testing 3 Samsung phones back to back, and then when I come back to on-screen keys, I hate it because it's taking up space over there. So anybody who swears by something, I'm just gonna say they're used to it. If they use the other one for like 6 months, then they're gonna swear by it. It's just what you get used to. Like after the Z2 Plus, I really missed the swipe to switch for a while. And then when I got the G5 Plus, the first few days I really hated it. And then I started missing it. It's just stuff you get used to.
And once again, it's a YouTuber's life, you know. As a consumer, you're gonna get a phone and then use it for a year or two. And once you get used to it, then
yeah, so that's exactly what I'm saying, right? So whatever you use, it's not gonna make a huge difference. I don't care either way.
Is it fair to speed test Android flagships with Apple, considering the restricted user experience, lack of customization? Speed tests are speed tests.
Exactly.
It's just about speed, and that's what I've said in a lot of speed tests during the conclusion.
Yeah, so...
And especially... you cut me off.
I didn't.
You were about to.
I didn't though.
Yeah, so anyway, look at all the speed tests I've done that that involves the iPhone 6 or the 7 or the 7 Plus. We have, at least on average, we have around 150 or 200,000 views. It's because you people are interested in it. A lot of you are interested in iPhone speed test. We can't ignore it, right?
Yeah, so the point is, you know, we generally get a lot of comments from people saying like, no, you don't know what you're doing. It's stupid to test. They're different operating systems. I'm like, I get all that. The point here is what opens up apps faster and what retains them in memory. That's all it is. If I label it as a full comparison and I tell you, you should buy the iPhone because it is all fast, that's different.
Yeah.
It's not a full comparison. Nobody's telling you that Apple has great user experience and has amazing customization. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Okay, that's not what this is about. Hang on, I'll drop my trusty semi-checked pin. Hey buddy, come back to me. Okay. So that's not what the video is about. The video is about, it's not supposed to be taken extremely seriously. It's just about what works faster. What can you do? How fast it takes for you to open up an app consistently spread across a bunch of apps so that, you know, one app or the other might have issues. So how does it fare overall? That's it. So sometimes, you know, even if it's it's an iPhone or a OnePlus phone and the iPhone is faster, and then, oh my God, it's twice the price. Yes, it is. The whole point here is how fast it is. That's all. Yeah. Okay, I could probably do a speed test of the Redmi 4A versus an Huawei Mate 8, Porsche, whatever, they're like extremely priced extremely high. It would still be a fair speed test. It's just like no point in comparing those two because those are different segments. Over here, when we are doing something like a OnePlus versus an iPhone, it's more of what do you get for half the price? What are the speed? I mean, how much faster is an iPhone? Do I want to pay all that extra for this speed? If speed is my priority, it's just one aspect that we are looking at. So hopefully this clears up questions. But then again, if you want to complain about it, please go to the comments and complain. That's engagement. We want more engagement. Leave a comment. Honesty.
Why so less videos these days?
So guys, we've still been doing 20-25 videos a month this year, but we would love to do more. And of course there have been delays, and I'm going to be entirely candid and honest. I'm pretty sure some people are going to dislike me for it. This place is too small. I don't feel like working. It's a pain to set up stuff over here. And I've been spending a lot of time trying to get, find another place to move out to. This is just, we've outgrown this place, to be honest. This was never supposed to be office/home. It was supposed to be office only. And if it were office only, it would work. We could have managed it, but sadly, for various reasons, 2 years back, I ended up moving in here and my house is still unoccupied. I don't go back there for various reasons. But my entire life, my entire house got shrunken into one room in the office and the kitchen, of course. So the kitchen was a store area where we were storing extra tripods and everything. So all that,
boxes and all that.
Phone boxes as well. So then we had to come up with this backdrop to put them all over here. and the tripods are all just off camera over here, and the PC build is over there, and we've got a water cooler over there, and then we've got these lights which we can't really put anywhere else, so when we're not shooting it's still here. And then for the different backdrops we need to keep moving this table around and changing the tabletops. See, tabletop, it just comes right off, and it's very hard to maneuver all this around. And so I've been a little frustrated working around in the setting over and over for a long time. So maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I just want to find a larger place to move, and finding a place is difficult. So I'm working on it. We're not going to have an overnight solution, but come July, Sundar says he'll come on full time from then.
Sundar is coming full time.
Yeah, but then again, you know him and his timeline. So he says July. I'm expecting November, December-ish. But if when he comes on full time, we should be seeing more videos. That's that. So, but now that he's extremely busy, Harris has been stepping up. He's been doing some good videos, speed tests and everything. So we're still managing to maintain the 25-ish video mark. But again, all our videos take a lot more time than other people because we're not just putting a phone and even an unboxing, we're not just putting a phone over there and just talking about it. There's a script, and then we are getting B-rolls. And if you look at it, I don't try to keep the same B-rolls over and over again. If you look at the smoke shot that you see, it happens once in 5 unboxings. I know it's a shot everybody likes. You guys post about it, but I just want to have some variation between videos. So it's just a lot more work than your regular unboxing that you see. So for me personally, to be doing 30 videos a month is not possible. But as a team, that's something we want to do. Eventually get to 30 videos a month. But as of now, for the next few months, it's not going to happen. Probably not. Maybe, if lucky. So that's the long answer to a short question. Sorry about that.
Can repeated TV advertising create brand value? For example, Oppo and Vivo.
Hell yes. How do you think they're surviving? How do you think Samsung sold 10 million J2s? How do you think Moto sold? So Moto did not advertise it in India, but the Moto M overall, the Moto brand value, how did it come up? In the past, the whole brand value came up via their advertising, and that's how Moto managed to sell millions of Moto Ms. And come on, even as a Moto fan, you need to tell me, you need to admit to the fact that the Moto M...
Do you only drink Kinley Packaged water?
I like the bottles. Okay, so this...
Ergonomically...
No, I actually like the bottles, I like it. So when I was living by myself, I used to buy these bottles, as in buy a bottle of water and refill it. But then after I got married, my wife started getting these regular bottles where you fill and put water, but I don't like that. I feel the mouth is a little too big on them, and I like this. I can grip it better, so I drink water out of these bottles. So this is just your regular bubble top water that's been refilled, repackaged, whatever.
Is AshAnswers scripted, or you answer on the spot?
Do you really think it is scripted? Because a 3-minute video is like a 1-page script. So this is like a 30 to 50 minute episode. So it's like a 20 pages of scripting. That would make us go nuts. I mean, it's totally unscripted. AshAnswers, as always.
If we do only AshAnswers on our channel, then yeah, maybe.
We could script it, yeah.
We
spend the entire week scripting.
Who's your favorite MCU and DC character?
Who's your favorite MCU?
MCU, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Thor.
DC?
DC. Green Arrow.
Okay.
Joker.
For me, DC would be The Flash. I like The Flash. Arrow's getting boring now.
Okay.
I've never liked Superman. Marvel, again, the tech creator hunt.
Joker.
Probably, again.
A lot of them would be waiting for you to say Joker.
I liked Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker, but I've known the Joker character from before the Batman movies, and it wasn't very impressive for me. Yes, Heath Ledger did an amazing job with the character. I loved his portrayal of the Joker, but overall, the character doesn't do much for me. So as far as Marvel goes, guys, the Tech Creator Hunt, one of the winners, Arnold, we did a collab with him, me and Ranjit. So if you've not checked out the interview, check it out over here. And if you've checked it out, you know my answer to this question. My favorite would be, again, this is something a certain brand ruined for me. My favorite would be Wolverine. And ever since Hugh Jackman started, this is what I said in that video. From the time he went from this to this, that kind of ruined it for me. Thank you, MicroMax, for ruining one of my favorite characters.
What was the problem due to which you couldn't post last week's Ash Answers?
So why am I answering this?
Yeah. You guys guess.
No. I'm just waiting to see. I could answer it, but I really want to see how he's gonna spin this, because he always has, for the back. So when he was discriminating, picking questions, he went software did it, and now when he's using like footage he shot 9 months ago, he says he actually put together the old setup. Okay, and I just want to see how he manages to spin this one. Okay, so yeah, let's
see. We had the audio.
Don't trust a single word of what he says, but still, I just want to see what he says.
See, then there's no point, guys. Yeah.
Okay, we believe you.
Let's just say I messed it up. That's it. Let's just assume that.
Yeah. What's your official answer? You want to phone a friend or something now?
Nah.
Okay.
Okay, jokes apart. I don't know. Something went wrong. I'm not sure what.
The question is what went wrong?
What went wrong?
Your answer is I don't know, something went wrong.
It's the audio, guys. The audio wasn't picked up properly. It was picked up, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't
he hadn't plugged in
the
XLR input properly. Which is something he repeated this week as well, but this week we managed to find it because I made him connect the headphones, which is something he's supposed to be doing. But he, as in software, told him not to last week, so it's all because of the software issues. So that's all the questions we have for this week.
Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it.
Vote it down if you didn't.
And please comment.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment.
Yeah, comment. Yeah. That's nice. I like comments. And hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed,
hit that bell icon.
Yes. Hit that bell icon to make sure you get notified each and every single time we upload a new video. I mean, that is if YouTube feels like notifying you, because there are times where people have clicked the bell icon and still not gotten notified. Yeah. If you're one of those people, let me know in the comments. Helps. Not that I can do anything about it. It's like YouTube overlords. You say anything wrong, then I don't know. The odds of them running ads for us will be zero. I mean, it already is zero.
Might go negative.
Yeah, might go negative. Anyway. YouTube overlords, I swear to not say anything bad about you ever again. Not that I did, but still. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, the timestamps can be found in the description below. And
that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day.
It's boring.
You stole my outro.
I didn't. Yeah, then I still did my own outro. So
you did? Okay. Okay, you can still do your own.
So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this here is Ash with Superstitious Sundar signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, along with my co-host Sundar and my trusty SIM ejector tool, and welcome to another episode of
Ash Answers.
Leaving for the moment. Say it. For the bloopers. India wants to see.
No.
Do it. Come on, dude.
Leaving for the moment.
If you're sick and tired of seeing me again and again asking him every single episode, don't you guys think it's getting old? I mean, seriously.
3,000 likes, I'll say it next week.
How about 200 dislikes and you said, I'll create 200 accounts and I'll hit dislike. Do you out?
This is Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech. Leaving for the moment.
This is Superstitious Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech.
Superstitious. This is Sundar and Superstitious Ash from C4E Tech.
Of course, now he tries to turn it around.